For centuries, gold was more than just a precious metal. It was the backbone of global money. Nations trusted gold because it was scarce, durable, and universally valued. Under the gold standard, every unit of currency was directly tied to a fixed amount of gold. This meant money had real physical backing, and governments couldn't simply print unlimited currency. At first, this system created confidence. People trusted paper money because they knew it could be exchanged for gold. International trade became simpler, exchange rates were stable, and inflation stayed low. Gold acted as a natural discipline on governments, forcing them to spend only what they could support with real reserves. But as the world economy grew, cracks began to appear. Gold supply increased very slowly, while populations, industries, and global trade expanded rapidly. Economies needed more money to grow, but gold could not keep up. This created frequent shortages of money, slowing growth and increasing unemployment during economic downturns. The real stress test came during major crises. Wars were especially expensive. Governments needed massive funds to finance armies, weapons, and reconstruction. Under the gold standard, they were limited by gold reserves. Many countries quietly suspended gold convertibility during World War I just to survive. Once governments realized they could print money without gold, going back became difficult. The Great Depression exposed the system's biggest weakness. As economies collapsed, countries needed to stimulate growth by increasing money supply. But the gold standard prevented this. Central banks were forced to protect gold reserves instead of saving jobs and businesses. Deflation worsened, banks failed, and unemployment skyrocketed. Countries that abandoned gold earlier recovered faster, proving the system was holding economies back. After World War II, the world tried a compromise. The Bretton Woods system tied global currencies to the US dollar, and the dollar itself was linked to gold. On paper, gold still mattered. In reality, the system relied on trust in the United States. As U.S. spending grew, especially during the Vietnam War, more dollars were printed than gold could support. Foreign governments began demanding gold in exchange for dollars. U.S. gold reserves started draining rapidly. In 1971, President Richard Nixon made a historic decision. He ended the dollar's convertibility into gold. Overnight, the gold standard effectively died. The world moved fully into fiat currency, money backed not by metal, but by government authority and public trust. Fiat money gave governments flexibility. Central banks could respond to recessions, control interest rates, and inject liquidity during crises. Economic growth accelerated, global trade expanded, and modern financial systems evolved. But this freedom came with a cost. Without gold's discipline, excessive money printing became possible. Inflation, debt bubbles, and currency devaluation became recurring risks. So why did the world turn away from gold? Not because gold lost value, but because the modern economy outgrew it. Gold was too rigid for a fast-moving, complex global system. Stability was sacrificed for flexibility. Yet gold never truly disappeared. Central banks still hold it, investors still rush to it during crises. Gold remains a symbol of trust when confidence in paper money weakens. The gold standard may be gone, but the role of gold as a psychological and financial anchor continues. In the end, the world didn't abandon gold because it failed. It left gold because the world changed. And as long as money depends on trust, gold will always stand quietly in the background, reminding us what money once was and what it could be again.